Hey friends, it's me, Smile McGee. I find doing these live updates weirdly therapeutic. So it is almost 1 in the morning, but this is a live talking about my recent stint in the emergency room, which I literally left like 5 minutes ago. So, as I wrote in the post, today was kind of, well, hell. To put it simply, today was hard. That steroid shot in my hip, I usually respond really well to them. Like, I've gone shopping after getting a steroid shot in my hip, and this one, it just kept hurting and hurting and hurting, and the pain tonight got so bad. It was like 9 out of 10 pain. Like, I was just on the couch, almost in tears, and I usually don't cry from physical pain. Like, I'm weird that way. Ball my face off watching a stream home makeover, but like physical pain doesn't usually make me cry, but it was so bad. And then I just started burning up and feeling really, really sick. We checked my temp and it was 100.4, which one of the risks with a steroid shot is infection. And as you guys all know, my immune levels are just low, like so low right now. My IgG is at 500. Well, 500 a couple weeks ago, and we like it at 1,000. It was around 467 when I was diagnosed, and that is when I had antibiotic resistant pneumonia, so I'm guessing it's probably around that level or lower right now. So, like, you guys know me, I hate going to the doctor, I hate going to the hospital, but it's something I've learned I've had to do. Like, to stay alive, you have to take care of this overly expensive, defective body. So I called the hospital, the research hospital I go to basically has an Ask a Doctor hotline for like medically complex patients where you can call and talk to someone in the specialty that you need help with. So I called the like rheumatology hotline. I was able to speak to the doctor on call, and I explained my situation and the fevers and how I'm supposedly getting over a lung infection. And he said with my immune suppression, like medication I'm on, let alone my CVID, there is high concern for a blood infection. And literally any time that I hit a fever above 100.4, I need to go in. Which I didn't know, but with this infection, I've been having like 99.7, 99.9. Not really a big deal, you know? So I just like was talking to him. I'm like, okay, do I need to be seen about this? Can it wait? Like, is there anything we can do about the pain? And he's like, I want you to be seen. I want you to have cultures done. Like, you're at high risk for sepsis and blood infection. And I know this seems overcautious, but in your situation, you need to be. And I'm just like, oh, swear word. Like, this is the last thing I want to hear. But again, I've worked so freaking hard to stay alive. Like, I can't just drop the slack now, you know? So it, like, turned into this whole debacle. But I got to the emergency room in my small town, and the doctors were awesome. I used to be a pretty assertive person, but I've lost that part of me. So it's kind of hard for me to, like, say what I want, you know? But the doctor was great. The nurses were great. They were really, really busy. So I was there from about 8:30 to almost 1, which is crazy. And then it's just me and my sister home. So we had to balance everything with the kids. Gratefully, she was just able to stay home because I was at the local hospital. And they were like this close to admitting me, like this close. They did chest x-rays, blood cultures, urinalysis, CBC, and with the fevers, my white count is elevated. It's not horrid, but I usually don't fever, and my typical high is 13,000, and I'm at 17,000 right now with fevers and symptoms. and they're not loving that. So the doctor was like this close to admitting me, but he's like, okay, how far do you live from the hospital? And I told him the truth, like I live like a block away. So he's like, I can tell you're pretty in tune with your body, like you're pretty smart, and you live close, so I think I can trust you. So I am going to give you two options. You can either take the safer route and we admit you for 2 days on IV antibiotics and we wait for those culture results to come back. Or we give you a rocephin shot tonight, which is like a very high powered antibiotic in my butt. And then you come back tomorrow, but you have to come back tomorrow and get another rocephin shot and a repeat CVC. But the thing is, you spike another fever, especially with the rocephin, you need to be seen immediately and most likely thrown inpatient, because that's proof that that antibiotic isn't high powered enough and something more serious is going on, like a blood infection. Super fun, right? So I took option, where did I put my glasses? I was wearing glasses. Wow, ADHD moment. Hi. So I took that option B. I took that option B hard. So he sent me back home, and rheumatology, he said he would give register the full my doctor, the full update on what was going on. So I sent them a full message. And tomorrow is just going to be chock full of medical again, because I can never, ever, 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 ever escape it. My body is a prison. I'm so done. It's just like, it's ridiculous how, like, when you're sick, people are like, oh, you're a hypochondriac, you know, oh, you're just overreacting. And then you're at the hospital and they're like, oh, you might have a blood infection. Oh, we might want to keep you. Like, I just feel like things are so impossible lately. And this isn't like, he thinks the hip will get better, which is nice. He thinks all of this is my body attempting to fight infection when it doesn't have the capability to fight infections at the moment. Which really sucks, because I just think if I got that full IVIG, you know, like, feels like I'm fighting so hard lately to swim in circles. Just, sorry I'm getting emotional, but it really sucks. It just really sucks. I was having so much hope that things would get good, you know, that like, you get the infusions, things would start getting better, and then you have days like today. And it's just really hard to stay hopeful. It's so hard. My hip hurts so bad right now in my whole body. I can't explain the exhaustion in my whole body. Like, I'm trusting God and the plan He has for me, but right now it's really hard. I'm going to attempt to get some sleep. I will let you guys know what happens tomorrow, and just trying to remember I have a burden with this illness, but I'm not one, because it's just, today's been hard, guys. Today has been really hard. Well, thank you all for the love and support. If you'd continue to keep me in your prayers, I would really appreciate that, because today is just taking a lot out of me. I love you all. Stay strong, and as always, smile on.